Let's look at Holy Week. Today is Maundy Thursday, and whether you're making our service tonight or not, I wanted to look at what we actually do in that service because it's an unusual one and it commemorates the events in today's scriptures. So, Maundy Thursday. The service marks the Last Supper, Jesus instituting the Eucharist, giving us the gift of Holy Communion. It marks Jesus' foot washing of his disciples, where he shows them that they are not above anybody else, and how they are to love is to love just like that, like getting down on their knees and subverting expectations and doing the things that society says they shouldn't. And the third thing it marks is Jesus' time praying in the Garden of Gethsemane, where he asks his followers, his disciples, to stay with him an hour, and they keep falling asleep as he prays to the Father before he's arrested by the people that Judas has gone and got. We do all these things. We celebrate the Eucharist. We receive Jesus in his body and his blood, in the bread and the wine. For the last full time of these special services on Maundy Thursday, Good Friday and Easter Day, we have it fully on Maundy Thursday, and we make enough of the bread there to have on Good Friday, but we'll get to that. So we do the Last Supper, we have the Eucharist. Then I wash anybody's feet who wants to have their feet washed that day. I get on my knees and take my outer robe off like it says Jesus did, and wash the feet of those who wish to have their feet washed. And then we keep the vigil watch. We move to the altar of repose, we call it, a special part of the church decorated to be a little bit like the Garden of Gethsemane, a little bit like a garden. And we take the consecrated bread, the presence of Jesus in his holy sacrament, we take that to that altar and we wait with him. We're not going to do it all night here, we're going to do it until 10 p.m. And there's little readings in between to give us the whole story, to fill us in on what happens. This is the beginning of us really walking the story. This is the beginning of what's called in the church tradition the Holy Triduum. Maundy Thursday, Good Friday and Easter Day. So we're getting very close now to those deep mysteries as we walk with Jesus in this way. And it's important to note that he gave his people all they would need to get through the difficult bit. He makes sure they have communion. He makes sure that they know that they have this gift, that whenever they gather there to do it, he makes sure they know how to love, and that there is no social boundary that he wouldn't cross to prove his love of them. With the foot washing, by the way, you really need to remember that it was controversial that he did that. It was really societally unacceptable that their Lord and Master got down on the floor and washed their feet. You see it in Peter's reaction. He's horrified. And when we go out to the Garden of Gethsemane, we see a really human moment here. So he's provided for their humanity. He's given them what they're going to need. And then in the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus doesn't ask the Father to take away the cup he must drink, but he does want his friends with him. He does want them close by, even though he knows they can't do what he can do. They can't stay awake. They can't face what's coming. They don't fully understand. He still wants them there. He's cared for them, and he wants their care and presence too. This is just it. Our Lord seeks a full relationship with us. That's what these bits show, that when the chips are down, he makes sure his friends have what they need, and he wants them with him, even in this difficult struggle in the night before he is arrested and taken away. I wonder, where do you feel closest to Jesus? What things make you feel close to God, make you feel God's presence? We shouldn't think that we should always feel these things. I think when people chase special feelings, we get into some danger here. It's not always about that. But we probably all have those moments, those God moments, where we have felt God's presence in those ways. I wonder what it's been like for you. I wonder where you see yourself and that experience in the events of Maundy Thursday and Holy Week as a whole. Maundy Thursday really is the calm before the storm. So let's look here and excavate here and dig into what these events are. Read that passage for yourself before we get to the cross. Let me know what you thought.